Alrighty, this is going to be my third chicken and sausage gumbo that I've done for my YouTube channel. And this one's going to be a little different because before I did a big pot, which was a 3 times recipe, and I made a traditional roux with oil and flour. The second one I did, I toasted my flour and I added it in dried. I mixed it in with water to make it easy and foolproof. This one's going to be quick and like legitimately out of the box. I typically don't use the box mix, but during the week you can maybe help yourself out. Let's see, I'll show you the ingredients. Let me turn the flash off. I'll show the ingredients, not the ingredients, but the directions. For chicken and sausage gumbo, do not cover. In a medium pot, bring 8 cups of water to a boil. I am going to bring 4 cups of water and 4 cups of chicken stock. That's just my little take on it. And it says, remove the heat and whisk contents of the bag into the water. Return to heat and add 1.5 to 2 pounds of uncooked or cooked chicken. Uncooked chicken, that's just over 1.5 pounds. And then it says a half a pound of smoked sausage. Well, I have 1.25 pounds of andouille sausage from Chris's Specialty Foods. You can see that right there. So it's going to add a little spiciness to it. And I'm going to bring it to a boil, second boil with the ingredients in there. I'm going to cook it for 40 minutes and that's it. It's going to be served. So without further ado, I'm going to start getting my water boiling. All right, so we're almost at a boil. Let's see if that'll help. All right, so it's coming. So I'm going to lower my heat right now because it's coming to a boil. And then come over here. Turn that off. Sorry about that. So here's what it's going to look like. I like it better on. All right, so I like it better on. It's got, it's got a date on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, turn the heat off. I'm going to whisk this into there. Then I'm going to add, this is a little over 1.5 pounds of chicken. I cut up my andouille sausage. I'm not going to use both of them, so I'm only going to use about, 3/4 pound of the andouille sausage. And then here's where the controversy begins. This is optional. If you like tomatoes and okra, add them. If you like tomatoes, add them. If you like okra, add them. Just know that it's a topic of controversy here, but to me, it's not gumbo if it doesn't have okra. Anyway, so all right, so I'm gonna mix the gumbo up, the mix up. I'm gonna mix this up and add this. Then I'm gonna cook it for 40 minutes, and then we'll have gumbo, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. I don't need to show myself pouring this stuff in here. Y'all can imagine me doing that. All right, here we go. I do want to give y'all a look of how it's looking. So I'm pouring it in like this, and then you just stir in a little at a time, and you just kind of work it in. And I'm gonna do this till I get that whole bag in there. Then I'm just putting the proteins in there, and then I'm gonna let it simmer for another 40 minutes. All right. I decided to go ahead and show it. So I got the tomatoes and okra. I just want you to see that now everything's smooth. There's no clumps in there. So I'm adding the tomatoes and okra. There's a little bit in there. I want to get a little bit out. Alrighty. Now I'm just going to put in, this is 6 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm not cutting them or nothing. I'm just putting them in. We can always take them out and shred them later. And then again, there's probably 3/4 pound of andouille sausage going in. Now I'm just going to bring it back to a simmer and let it simmer, or kind of on medium. It says medium high, but I think on medium I'm going to just let it go for 40 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll plate it up. All right, so it's back to a boil, and so I'm going to let it kind of simmer. Not a harder boil than this. So I'll just keep it about this simmer, but I did want to point this one thing out to you. I did not fry up my sausage. I could have rendered out some of the fat. So what you're going to get is you're going to get like this foam. All right, you can just skim that off. I didn't want to dirty up another pan, so it's just easier just to just kind of skim off some of that fat. You don't have to get it all, but I just want to show you that. All right, so we got boilage. So we got 40 minutes. I'm gonna get the rice started, and when I come back, I know I've said this like 5 times already, but we'll be plating it up. I got rice cooking in the microwave. I got a big old bottle of vodka to drink tonight while I watch TV. Anyway, there is the rice cooking in the microwave. And here is the gumbo going at a simmer. Anyway, thought y'all like to see that. So I noticed my kitty, Lolo, that's Lolo right there. She's waiting for her lick lick. All right, lick licks are the delicables. If you see the commercial for the cat treats, the delicables. Well, she's addicted, but I found her. She just turned 8 years old, but I found her on my way to Katy, Texas. I was going down the interstate at the Lacassine exit on Interstate 10. I think it's exit 34 or 40 something, 45. And I saw this little kitten. She was about 5 or 6 weeks old on the side of the shoulder, just walking down the interstate. No, come here. Oh, that must be hurting her eyes. Lolo. So anyway, I decided to put her into this gumbo video because in my other gumbo videos, there's a couple cats that are no longer with us that it's nice to see them back there in the backyard. That's my little girl right there. She's 8 years old. All right, so my microwave rice is nice, hot, and steamy. You can see how each one of the grains, it's really good. And if you've never cooked rice this way, it's probably one of the easiest ways to cook rice. Is in the microwave. I've got my bowl already. I don't know which one's better. Who knows what it's going to look like. But so I got the rice in the bowl, and I only got like 3 minutes left to go on the timer, and I'll be plating up. All right, so I went ahead and plated up this very good-looking chicken and sausage, andouille sausage gumbo. Now, if you want to ask me, well, what's the difference between the powdered roux that I toasted or the oil and flour roux that I made? The only difference is I didn't add any seasoning to this. I didn't add any okra. I didn't add any onions, celery, bell pepper. I didn't have to spend the time sauteing it. All that was dehydrated in that little packet that I stirred into the water. So if you want a quick, easy, basically weekday gumbo that you don't want to spend 3 hours on, get you a box of Kary's and you saw how simple it was. Anyway, I've tasted it already. Also, I put the chicken in kind of big chunks. I took the spoon and I was like cutting it because it's real tender. If you want, you can take it out with a fork and shred it and put it back in. You know what? I didn't feel like dirtying any more dishes. So anyway, that is your easy box Kary's weekday chicken and andouille sausage gumbo. Enjoy.